Well, the match is pal, but the celebrating is just going to begin. It's Hawaii over UCSD in 3, but it's time now to honor the Super 6 seniors. We throw it over to public address announcer Ben Kia'aina.
Volleyball fans, tonight we are proud to recognize a senior class who endured so much during their time in Manoa. From a pandemic-shortened year, followed by a season playing in an empty arena, to making 3 NCAA championship appearances, including back-to-back titles the past 2 seasons. These 6 seniors will never be forgotten, and tonight we honor each of them. Here to present our seniors with their senior plaques are, representing the University of Hawaii Federal Credit Union, Vice President Brian Anderson, Lending Manager Dustin Matsudaira, and Marketing Supervisor Riley Yamamoto. Along with University of Hawaii Athletics Director David Matlin and Head Coach Charlie Wade and staff. Our first senior came to the program in 2018 out of Westlake High School in Thousand Oaks, California. In 4 seasons as a Rainbow Warrior, he appeared in 5 career matches, all during the 2020 season. This senior lists his favorite memory as being a part of the 2021 National Championship team. He will graduate this December with a degree in marketing. Volleyball fans, please show your aloha for the 6'5" outside hitter from Thousand Oaks, California, number 9, Devon Johnson.
And Devon Johnson, a player who really may not have seen any or significant playing time on the court, but a player that has contributed to the team, the brotherhood of this team. It was important for him to be back with this team after taking some time off, just so he could be a part, and he is instrumental in just helping with the overall team chemistry of this team.
Devon just truly speaks to the dedication that he's had to this Hawaii program, to stick around knowing that he wouldn't have too much of a chance playing on the court due to school reasons, but just being around the program and around these guys that he's been together with for 6 years just talks to the love that he has for this program, for the state of Hawaii. His dad, Court Johnson, grew up out in Lanikai, and they ended up moving back for his entire season, and just truly speaks so highly about the love and ohana that he's created out here, and just being part of this very special Hawaii program.
Our next senior transferred back to the Rainbow Warrior program after playing 2 seasons at BYU. The Punahou School graduate spent the next 3 years playing for the Green and White as an outside hitter and serving specialist. Last season, he was named the NCAA's Elite 90 Award recipient for having the highest grade point average at the championship. This senior lists beating Long Beach State in last year's Big West Finals as his favorite memory. He will graduate this May with a bachelor's degree in finance. Volleyball fans, let's hear it for the 6'5" outside hitter from Honolulu, number 25, Kana'i.
Kana'i continuing in the long legacy and tradition of great crab volleyball players, a player who graduated from Punahou, went away, but found his way back to Manoa, and has become a role model for all Hawaiians or local kids who have a dream of playing for this school. Kana'i, of course, doing it not only on the court, but academically as well, showing that he really does have a future here in Hawaii. And I wouldn't be surprised if the name Kana'i Akana is a name you'll hear a lot in the future, because he's going to be a very successful young man.
Talk about the courage coming out to one of the top teams in the country, transferring from BYU and making a huge statement in the short amount of time that he's been on this team. Loved by the fans, loved by everyone in the state of Hawaii. He's been a huge addition to this Hawaii team and a big part of the 2 national championships so far.
Our third senior is one half of the team's Greek connection. He came to Manoa as a highly regarded international player from the Greek national program and made an immediate impact with the Rainbow Warriors. This senior has appeared in 72 career matches and is a 2-year starter at opposite. He was the team's leading attacker last season en route to AVCA All-America honors. And this year, he's a contender for National Player of the Year honors. He will graduate this summer with a degree in kinesiology and rehab science. Volleyball fans, please show your aloha for the 6'6" opposite from Soufli, Greece, number 11, Dimitrios Mouklias.
Dimitri Mouklias putting his name here in the history books of Hawaii volleyball greats at the opposite position. There have been a lot that played in this position, but he has made it his own with a faster tempo. After, taking a year off to rehab some injuries, he came back stronger than ever and really contributed to this team.
Ο Δημήτρης Μούχλιας, ένας από τους πιο καλούς παίχτες που περάσανε από το πρόγραμμα. Dimitri Mouklias just had a crazy big impact, one of the top players to ever come through this Hawaii program, and has really made a statement this year that he is one of the top players that has come through NCAA history and through the program of Hawaii. I'm sure his family who's watching from Greece, and they're super appreciative of it. He told me to give a message to them. Σας αγαπώ πάρα πολλά και μακάρι να ήσασταν εδώ, αλλά από μακριά σας αγαπώ πολύ.
This next senior is a Kana'i son of Hawaii, having immersed himself into the culture and community during his 5-year career with the Rainbow Warriors. He made 13 starts as a sophomore in 2020 and was on his way to a breakout season before the season was cut short. This senior overcame a career-threatening injury to appear in 52 career matches. He says he will miss working out with the boys every day the most. This senior has already received his bachelor's degree and will earn his master's in marketing management this summer. Volleyball fans, let's hear it one more time for the 6'7" outside hitter from České Budějovice, Czech Republic, number 16, Filip.
Filip, who has overcome so much during his career, started in his sophomore season and overcame an illness that really set him back, but came back stronger than ever. Maybe not necessarily being able to contribute on the court, but off the court as well. Being such a key player to just the overall development and the leadership of this team. But more than that, he has adopted this culture, and he has a future here in Hawaii as well. He wants to call this place his own, his home, and just someone who will bleed Hawaii.
Talk about facing adversity. This player's been through a lot. He's done an incredible job from being on the court and continued leading this team off the court. And one of the guys that's definitely one of the most loved in the crowd. And just a big fan favorite. Talk about really embracing the culture out here in Hawaii and just leading this team and truly being a big leader for years to come.
Our 5th senior came to UH as a 2-sport standout at Iolani School. After redshirting in 2019, he worked his way up as an outside hitter on the B squad to become a starter at middle blocker last season. A fixture in the starting lineup again this season, he is one of the most athletic players in the country and has become the king of Kong blocks. His favorite memory is the team's trip to Japan in 2018 and the numerous travel trips over his career. He has already received his bachelor's degree and will earn his master's in travel industry management this winter. Volleyball fans, show your aloha for the 6'4" middle blocker from Waimandalo, Oahu, number 7, Cole Hoagland.
And you see the emotion by Cole Hoagland, the Iolani graduate who came here as an outside hitter, not really knowing where he would fit in, and has evolved into one of the best, most physical middle blockers in the country. Someone who, again, is a great role model for all young Hawaii athletes out there who dream of playing on this court, showing that you could be undersized, but make a big and significant impact, looking to continue his career playing in Japan after his time here at Manoa.
Ryan, you couldn't have put it more perfectly. How do you come into this program being an outside and become one of the top middles in the country, standing at 6'3", and a lot of it has to do with his athleticism. He's done an incredible job of just embracing any role that he's been thrown into and just truly enjoying the moment and having fun with it. He's a true inspiration to a lot of local young talent out here that you could do anything possible.
Our final senior will leave a legacy on the program that will be hard to match. He is a first-team ABCA All-American and first-team academic All-American, and is a leading candidate to win his second straight Big West Player of the Year award. This senior has directed the nation's top offense the past 3 seasons and will finish in the program's top 10 in assists and service aces. He will always remember playing in the stand and doing the ha in the locker room before matches. He will receive his master's degree in urban and regional planning next month. Volleyball fans, on your feet for the 6'6" setter from Tonsberg, Norway, the captain, number 10, Jakob Teller.
And Jakob Teller, who will go down as not only one of the best players to wear a Rainbow Warrior jersey, but one of the best players in NCAA history, with the resume that he has put together, a player that has become the poster child for this program, both for what he's done on the court and off. A player who, by many accounts, may be the National Player of the Year this year. And we said this before, he may not be Hawaiian, he may not have graduated from a Hawaii high school, but he is a local through and through.
A true inspiration and a true talent that proves what Hawaii volleyball is. He wears it with pride. He's done everything he's done for the people of Hawaii, for the state, for the school, and everyone out there, just truly embracing this culture and what it means to play for the entire state of Hawaii. He's left one of the biggest impacts here in the Simplify Stan Sheriff Arena, and he's just done a phenomenal job truly embracing what it means to be a Rainbow Warrior.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it once again for the class of 2023. Devon Johnson, Kana'i, Dimitri, Filip, Cole Hoagland, and Jakob Teller.
And the party's going to continue. Most of the sold-out crowd sticking around, obviously, to honor these 6 super seniors who still have work to do. Of course, next week, the Big West Conference Tournament, and then 2 weeks after that, hopefully the NCAA tournament hosted by George Mason over on the East Coast. So really, Hawaii just needs 4 more, not just needs, but 4 wins away from a 3-peat. But what this group has already accomplished is unmatched in UH men's volleyball history. National titles in 2021 and 2022, and we'll see what happens this year.
I think that they've set themselves up to be in a very good position going into this postseason. They've truly had a couple of battles this season, and look at just that brotherhood that they've created. A team that's been together for 5, if not 6 years, just enjoying every single moment together. They know that the sweat, blood, and tears that goes into the practice gym is going to pay off. I think they've set themselves up. The leaders on this team have done a phenomenal job to get this team to where it needs to be at a very good mark at the end of this season.
Emotional senior night here. I mean, it's just very evident to see just how close this team is by the emotion that is being displayed. I'm not sure we ever seen any senior night this emotional for a men's volleyball team, but I think they've gone through so much together, especially these two. The two Greeks who relied on each other so much. You can see the emotion between both of them. But I think it just speaks to, again, the love that they all have, not only for each other, but for playing for this university and being a part of it. They realize that this is something special. And also people who realize this is something special, the Santa Barbara team San Diego team that has not left. They stayed here and watched the entire senior night ceremony. Granted, knowing that this is a unique experience, unlike anywhere else in the country.
Brian, you kind of said it perfectly. I've been through this program the past 7 years, and I've watched 7 senior nights in the Simplify at Sun Sheriff Arena. And it's truly something emotional that you don't get anywhere else, and it really speaks to the bad days that way.
No, I 100% agree. And we've been around the program a long time. I haven't seen an as emotional men's volleyball senior night as tonight, because I think these guys have, as Ryan mentioned, all the things they've gone through as a collective group, and they still have that goal in front of them to win another national championship. We'll take a break, but the party will continue. We'll come back with more from the corner. Highlight senior night, the final match Hawaii UCSD, and we start off with Spittles Hakis. The Greek always outstanding on the left side. 9 kills for Spittles, who hit 421 on the night. He also contributed 3 service aces, and there you see one of his 4 blocks on the night. Talking about blocking, this weekend Hawaii really brought out the Manila Roofing Company. Hawaii with a dozen blocks on the night. The leader with 6 were Guilherme Voss. Also 5 for Dimitri, 4 for Cole Hoagland, as Hawaii brought the roof here on this weekend's matchup against UCSD. And of course, don't forget Jakob Tella, Hawaii's setter. Tella with a couple of aces, 27 assists, 1 ace, 27 assists, a couple of kills. He also contributed 2 blocks on the night as Hawaii and their fans celebrate senior night with a 3-set sweep.
Welcome back to the Hawaii Honda Dealers post-game show.
Well, you see the large crowd, the fans, the athletes all sticking around there looking up at the Jumbotron at the senior video. What we're going to do right now is we're going to show you what they are seeing, and then we're going to come back and have some final thoughts and get you ready for the postseason, so don't go anywhere.
My auntie and Tutu lived out here in Kailua, so we'd probably come out here once, twice a year all the time. I could just see how beautiful the state was and everything like that. And I just kept wanting to come back here. Sister played at UC Davis, and we'd come out here for every time they had a home game in Hawaii. So I got to see the stand environment too, and that was a real sight to see. And just seeing the fans, I was like, this is a really cool school. Like I've been to other schools in California, just watching them play, and by far Hawaii was the best. Being on this team, it's taught me a lot, the culture and everything. Like you get here, and every person's like working as hard as they possibly can to be the best they can. I think that's why we've done so well in these last 5 years. It's just every person wants to be the best they can, and that pushes me, it pushes our teammates, and just be better at every aspect of the game.
Born and raised here, grew up on the island my whole life, so I kind of just had that thought that I wanted to go off and play on the mainland. So went to BYU for 2 years, and then COVID hit, and it just felt like the right decision to come home, and I haven't looked back. It's been an amazing experience playing in front of the home fans. There's really nothing like it, nothing like the crowd support, the aloha, the feeling of aloha that the fans give us. It's not easy, it's a real grind, and practices are tough, weights are tough, and matches are really tough. So kind of just allowing myself to embrace those moments, embrace those challenges, and you continue to grow as a person as a result of those challenges. Being born and raised on this island, I think it's even more special because we're playing in front of our family, our ohana, our friends, our teachers, our classmates, our aunties and uncles. So it just means all that more when we can pull that win out, and it feels like it wasn't just team that pulled that win out. Like, it was seriously anyone who's ever supported us is helping us get that win.
I only knew Hawaii from like movies and videos and never been here before. Didn't know anything about the culture, about the history. When I saw the footage from the Stan Sheriff Center from the games, and when I saw how many people go and watch how popular volleyball is, then you know, I was all in. When I got here, I was really a geeky Filip. Took me a while to really get to know the culture, get to know the people. And it took me a while to embrace, to pick up that team culture as well. The team culture of working hard, striving to be the best version of myself, to be the best I can be to help the team. In Hawaii, what really makes it so different and so special is the community, is the culture, and it's the people. And that's something I fell in love with, and I think that's something that really changed me. The way how people here in Hawaii care about each other, that's something that I haven't seen before. The team really feels like family, so that's something that I will for sure miss. And then also, just being surrounded by the people that support our team.
My freshman year was Stein, Dalton, Rosie, and Joe. And then the year after that was like an even better class, you could say, with Rado, Pat, Colton guys. They kind of set down the blueprints of how to become like a national champion or like how to have an elite program. So just seeing them there and seeing the work that they put in kind of like helped me like be the player I am today. I thought it was cool coming in, like I thought I was the best, and then you get to here and then you see all these other players that are just older or just better in general. And it's a very humbling experience. Taking that into like real life, you know, everywhere you go, there's probably going to be someone better than you, and you just got to work your tail off to get better than them. It's a wonderful experience playing in front of 10,000 fans on a sold-out night. Coming from Hawaii, it's kind of a special feeling when you play for the state that you're born in, and people would entrust you with winning and going to grab national titles. I think I'm really going to miss the boys, playing in front of my family and friends, and just the people overall in the state, and just people watching at home or, you know, coming to the game. So I think I'm going to miss those the most.
So it all started when I was watching a YouTube video of a game here, and I fell in love with the whole atmosphere, the arena, the crowd, the team. When I came here, I was 18 years old. I was a guy that never left Greece before, and you know, making this step really makes you mature. And it helped me a lot in different aspects of my life. I believe the only way to grow as a person is to get out of your comfort zone, and that's what I did. That's what many guys in our team did, like all the Europeans. To come here, it's pretty far away from our families. I'll miss playing in this arena, of course, with all the fans. I'll miss all my teammates, all the people I met here. I appreciate every moment in life and see the world, like open your mind, and just learn that there are more ways to do something that you want to know.
Hawaii for me was the place where I wanted to go, and just hearing about how life was here and how much everything was like a family, I knew that there was no place I'd rather be than Hawaii. Going from a brada to an uncle to Kupuna, it's definitely been a life-changing journey for me, and it's been a dream come true, and just living that dream every day, pretty much both in practice, academics, and life in general. Just really valuing all the relationships that I've had built with my teammates and friends and people outside as much as possible. It's just been an incredible journey. It's just the people that I'm going to remember the most, and the people that have had the most impact on me, and also kind of made me see how important it is to inspire others and inspire the next generation to continue to build that legacy. If that is my teammates or kids watching the games, or just people in general kind of seeing what I'm doing, I want to like see them from my actions and what I do on the court and off the court that sticks to them and is going to help them also be inspired. I got to miss everything. Practicing early in the mornings, going to the beach with my boys, and yeah, hiking, just enjoying the nature and the beauty of Hawaii, and for sure the people, but just everything that you can do and live island life. That's one thing I'm gonna miss for sure.
How about that save? Choi does it again. Bump set, Outside, champion! Hawaii has done
Well, the fans were able to say thank you to the players. The players just moments ago, as you saw, saying thank you to the fans. We'll take a break. We'll have more as Hawaii wins it in 3.
Welcome back to the Hawaii Honda Dealers post-game show.
All right, let's take a look at the bracket brought to you by First Insurance Company of Hawaii. And it is all set. Hawaii and Long Beach State tie as co-champions of the regular season in the Big West, but Hawaii wins the tiebreaker. So Hawaii the number 1 seed, Long Beach State the number 2 seed in Hawaii's bracket. They'll play the winner of UCSB and UCSD. And for Long Beach State, they'll play the winner of UC Irvine and CSUN. And, you know, you look at the way things are set up this weekend. Irvine, Long Beach State played, obviously Hawaii, UCSD. That 4 groups could be facing each other again on Friday.
Yeah, we could see a repeat performance, but again, lucky for Hawaii, they're going to have at least one night to rest up, do more scouting, and have an opportunity to stay fresh going into that semifinal. It's going to be interesting to see to be on a neutral court as well, although I anticipate there to be a lot of local people in the Orange County area coming out to support the Bows.
I agree, and Hawaii set themselves up in such a good position this year. I think they're going to be playing their best volleyball coming next week. We've seen them have a lot of highs, a couple of lows, but they all know, and talking to Jakob last week, they're all in a good position. They all know what they have to do moving forward. They've been in this position in conference championship and hopefully national championship. Rode away of them, and I think they're ready to do it.
You know, you look at the Big West Conference, and it is the premier, I think, men's volleyball conference in the country. You have to go back to 2017, the last time a non-Big West team won an NCAA national championship. Since then, it's been Long Beach State back-to-back, COVID, Hawaii back-to-back, and both those teams, obviously, national title contenders. You also have UC Irvine on the outside, and we talked to Charlie about the Big West in the NCAA.
The Big West clearly has 3 teams deserving of playing in the NC2A tournament. We have 3 in the top 5, and it's a 7-team event. I think there's very little chance that we would get all 3 in this year. The tournament will have to expand a little bit. There is a pathway you could get into different scenarios where it could happen, but ultimately I think it's highly unlikely. And just from the committee's view of giving one team or one league 3 teams. That means half of our league would make it and literally take up half of the tournament. I'm not sure they're ready for that yet.
All right, for all of you who are planning on heading all the way to George Mason, all your information you need is right there. I'm sure it will also be on the UH website, but the biggest thing is selection show. It is on ncaa.com a week from tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hawaii time. Once again, next Sunday, April 23rd. It's not on ESPNU or any of those channels. You have to go online, ncaa.com at 7 a.m. Hawaii time. So there are a number of teams that are vying to get to George Mason. Let's take a look at the top 10 in RPI. UCLA, Hawaii, Penn State, Long Beach State, the top 4. You see Grand Canyon at number 5. We were talking about the Big West. UC Irvine, they have a hill to climb. They're at number 9 in the latest RPI. So the Big West bubble teams, of course, for the NCAA tournament, you still got to add Hawaii and Long Beach State in there, and of course, UC Irvine. So those 3 teams are vying. Should one of those 3 not win the Big West tournament, that's always a possibility next week at Irvine. In the MPSF, BYU right there, UCLA, who Hawaii beaten for earlier this year. They're the top team right now. Keep an eye on Grand Canyon and Stanford with a little bit of an outside shot, but of course they have a postseason tournament as well. in the MIVA. Ball State, who went last year and gave Hawaii hard rubs in that national quarterfinal. Ohio State, who knocked off Penn State earlier this year, and Loyola Chicago with an outside shot also. And the EIVA in Conference Carolinas, you look at Penn State, they were upset last year. Keep in mind, they were upset by Princeton, and they did not receive in that large, even though they were, I think, ranked number 3 in the country. And North Greenville, who Hawaii played earlier this year on the road out of Coastal Carolina, Conference Carolina, has a shot. So those are all teams that are going to be vying for the 2 at large. The bottom line is, if you're Hawaii, you win the conference tournament, you're in, and more than likely, you would think, a number 1 seed. But we're talking about the Big West and a way of maybe the 2 at-larges coming from the Big West. How would that happen, Ryan?
I mean, I think the only real way is if there is just an extreme upset and a team that is not the 1 or 2 or Long Beach or Hawaii ends up winning the conference, and then you're looking at do you invite Hawaii or do you invite Long Beach and whoever makes it to the championship match? So crazier things have happened. We've seen it a few years back when Santa Barbara ended up winning the Big West tournament. So there are a number of scenarios that happens. I think for Hawaii, bottom line is they have to win. I think if they win on Friday night, they pretty much punch their ticket. I don't see them not being invited to the NCAA tournament. They're the 2-time defending national championship. They've been the number 1 ranked team for the most of the season, but they have to, I think, really solidify themselves by winning in the semifinal.
And a point is 2 years ago, Hawaii lost at home against UCSD in the Big West quarterfinal, yet not only made the tournament, they were the number 1 seed.
Yeah. They really were, and I think Hawaii set themselves up, like I said, all season. They're in a good position to be at that number 1 seed in the Big West tournament, and winning it, probably going to secure the number 1 seed in the national championship tournament. There's no doubt that this is one of the best teams in the country, but that being said, tournament play is different to regular season. Every game counts, and we have seen in previous year some crazy upsets happen. They're going to have to keep their heads on their shoulders and just fight every single game moving forward.
But I think the advantage for Hawaii is that they're the only one that has been there the last 2 years and walked away with the trophy. I think that is a humongous advantage in the postseason.
It truly is, and it just speaks to that, the experience that you've had being in that position, not your first time on a very big stage, pretty much everything that you've worked for all season at hands and at stake, being able to calm those nerves down, getting there for the first time. I remember in 2019, it's a little bit nerve-wracking. This team's not only been there the past 3 years, they won 2 of them. They're in a very good position because they have every single guy back that's done in the past 2 years.
I mean, yeah, that's a really good point, because when you're looking at Jakob here, here's a player whose every match, every season-ending match has been a national championship match, right? His freshman year, they lose to Long Beach State in the national championship. Then he goes on and wins the next 2. So his career has always gone to the championship match. There are few athletes that can boast that kind of resume that has that experience going into the postseason. And say what you will, but that says a lot, because being there, done that, that definitely will be a significant factor.
I want to remind everybody, Spectrum Sports will be on the road with Rainbow Warriors next week in Irvine. We'll have both matches from Thursday. Hawaii will not be in that night of matches, but should be good, entertaining volleyball, and then we'll have both matches for you on Friday. Ryan's going up. I know, James, you're going up. You'll try to probably make a cameo on camera, I'm sure.
Probably will. There's a little bit of a talk about it.
I'll be here for baseball. I'm all right with that, but it should be a lot of fun. It's been another wonderful season, so I'm going to let both of you have a final word. Ryan, you're the elder statesman. What's your final thoughts?
I'll keep it short. I mean, I think that this is a team that obviously has a lot going for them, and this is a team that is not done. And so I think there's a lot of volleyball to be had, and if anyone is in the Irvine area, I suggest that you come on down next week and support this team, and then moving beyond, if you have anybody on the East Coast, I think this is a team that can once again go back to back to back.
I will try to keep it short.
Impossible.
It's been an incredible season for this team, and it's just been fun to watch them grow as a team and get to this point. I think it's one of the most exciting years of volleyball in probably the past decade. There is so much going on across the country in this volleyball. So this Big West Championship, all the championships across the country, including the national championship, are probably going to be some of the most exciting volleyball that we've seen in the past couple of years. But this team is something special. Watching them grow from their freshman year all the way to their senior year, they've done incredible things and things that are unheard of. And they're doing it at a very efficient state. it's super exciting to watch. And like Ryan said, if you guys are in that West Coast area, go out, support these Warriors. They're doing an incredible job, and it's a team that might not come for a couple more years in any kind of NCAA history.
So that's your version of short.
A little bit.
Hey, I appreciate both of you guys. Outstanding job. Ryan, I'll see you again in August as we get
right
ready
around the
for
corner.
Rainbow Wahine Volleyball. James, we'll see you around as well, and that'll wrap things up for us here on this special night. Special thanks, as always, to our multi-award-winning Spectrum Sports crew. They are the absolute best in the business. And for my broadcast partners, Ryan and James, I'm Scott. Until next time, bidding you aloha and a good evening from Simplify Relax and Sheriff Center in Manoa.
My